morning show, 8 minutes after 8 o'clock. I nearly said after 6 o'clock, but hey, look, we're in the final stretch of our time together. It is a Think Tank Tuesday. Lots of great conversations we've had so far through the morning. But if you've just joined us, I'm currently joined by SovTech CEO Gerald Neves, with the topic being tech and all things artificial intelligence, but specifically how there's opportunities for youth to be involved in this and how this is growing in Africa. And we've got this opportunity now more than ever to jump onto this and be able to grow from there. Gerald, thank you again for still being with us this morning. I want to go straight to the question we left just before we wrapped up. You're doing work to become the biggest, the best software development company, not in South Africa, not in Africa, but on Earth.
Yes. What
are some of the things that you're doing to reach this? Because this is a massive milestone.
Yeah, so I mean, it's obviously the ambition. And again, 20 years ago, we used to, on the continent in South Africa, we used to get everything from new hardware devices, new software, new fashion would be, someone used to fly to New York and say, can you bring it over for us, right? And that's no longer the case. We have availability for everything here. That coupled with the fact that massive software development companies have been built in Eastern Europe, in the Indian subcontinent, in Latin America, and it doesn't exist on the continent. It doesn't exist. And so this kind of perfect storm of youth who want to get into technology and have access to AI, that all the information that you want to learn about coding, about technology, is instantly accessible to everybody on the continent. And this global explosion for tech talent around the world says that this is the right time to do it. So one, it's this kind of generational opportunity. And two, we've spent the last decade building IP, building tools, building platforms that enable our developers to be accelerated, that enable our customers to get their products into market faster, either through building quicker or visibility into the software development lifecycle process. All of those tools and IP combine with this kind of online cloud platform that allows our global companies and customers to access these excellent, talented teams on the continent, online through a kind of subscription platform. And because of that, our acceleration has been great, but we're just getting started. We've got this big ambition, but if we can continue to do that and grow exponentially, it just takes a few doubles. When you think about it, just a few more years of doubling, and kind of people say, well, how did that happen? And I think we've got an average age of sort of 26, 27, so relatively young. We only, even in our offices in London, we only employ Africans. And so, we think we can do it with just African talent everywhere in the world, and that's very exciting for us.
I'm very excited about this. This actually sounds really exciting because it feels like it's on the brink of something really phenomenal that's about to happen and birth straight out of Africa by Africans with African solutions that the world gets to enjoy at a later stage, but not really be a part of the birthing process. For someone who's watching right now and they might not have access to the facilities or access to those schooling options that they might give them access to eventually work for SovTech, do you think government is creating enough opportunities for those young people where they might be, what another person would say, marginalized and not have access to a MacBook? That there's opportunities for them to learn a little bit of coding and eventually slowly work their way to being a part of the team at SovTech?
Yeah, so there is, MacBooks when you kind of a professional. I think, if you've got access to a smartphone, you have access to coding educational resources around the world. Code Academy, which is actually a platform owned by NASPERS, is one of the biggest online coding, self-taught coding programs in the world. There is millions of YouTube videos that you can learn. This is one of these industries where everything is available on the internet. Everything can be learned. Is government doing enough? No. But to be honest, I think, we hear government ministers talking about fourth industrial revolution at conferences. I think they should just maybe focus on the second industrial revolution. Just get power and water working, right? I think they should leave.
Absolutely agree with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
They should leave this side to business. They should actually just get out of business in the youth's way. Entrepreneurs on the continent, people starting new companies, starting new business, they've all almost got a tech angle to them, and they should really just get out the way across the continent. And in a lot of countries, they are. In a lot of other countries, we've got staff in Ghana, Uganda, Nigeria, Tanzania, and there's a lot more kind of benefits to be able to start tech companies, to be able to make it easy to get a business going, to be able to build cross-border, work with global customer base. That's more and more normal.
Yeah.
And so I think what's going to happen is that the demand of the world is going to pull the ideas and innovations and solutions out of the youth on the continent, and the government should just kind of get out the way.
I'm glad you said that, because I think for a lot of people then they feel they're also included in the sense that there's an opportunity for them, and it's as close as just the device that's in their hand.
Absolutely.
To be able to learn a little bit more and be welcomed into this world. But speaking about the different programs that are available online for a person to learn about coding, I want to speak about your youth grad program, because you're doing some great work there. We spoke about the hackathon and the exposure that brings. Tell us about your grad program.
So we there's a massive graduate unemployment problem in the country, and I think there's about 1 million students enrolled in higher education of some sort in the country. And so we said, well, where is this talent going? What are their opportunities as soon as they graduate? And so, we've got, we take about 40 graduates each year, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. And we take that across design, software engineering, and marketing. And that's more graduates than some of the biggest corporates around, and we think they should be able to do more. And what we do is we provide them this non-linear learning opportunity, access to real-world experience, and at the end of their training program, they can get a full-time job at SovTech, or they're prepared to be able to actually get a job at almost any tech company in the world. And so, we've seen that youth they want to succeed. They just need the right opportunity, the right environment, the right access to mentorship, and you can see that the level of quality talent that we've got. And our grad program has gone on to have some of our former kind of people who have completed it. They've gone on to start companies for Y Combinator, which is one of the biggest startup schools in the world in California. Going on to be CTOs at companies, move countries with because they've been poached for their talent, all by starting. And they had no formal, all of those had no formal background in computer. They didn't have a computer science degree. They just were interested, passionate about this, willing to learn, and we took them on and trained them. And we've just done one recent intake in a new grad program, which was a marketing-focused grad program specifically using AI tools. So we want to learn more about it. We think AI is going to be, powering everything. And how do we, as a company, learn more about it? How do we provide learning access to youth about it? Well, we started this AI grad program in marketing. We took 10 new graduates just, I think, 60 days ago. And they're learning as many tools and teaching the company about things as we are teaching them.
That's fantastic.
So yes, you can go onto our website, sovtech.co.za. You can find access to our grad programs. We have intakes about every few months. We do have thousands of applicants, but really what we're looking for is that ability to learn, that passion. Have they done something, try to start a business, had a side project, shown some sort of interest in a space? Because really, when you see that passion about something really interested and focused, whether it is computers or it happens to be bees or it happens to be card collecting, that kind of passion can be leveraged into something else. And so, jump on there, you send a video, you tell us about yourself, and we bring you into the company and we teach you everything we know.
Man, I like the sound of this because it's really just, I think more than anything, I'm hearing how youth takes the center stage in the work that you do, because you understand the power that the youth can bring to the company and leveraging that to say, hey, let's build a tech reality that we see in South Africa that they will also get to enjoy years later as they grow older, as you guys pioneer into that. As we wrap up our time together, what would you want SovTech to be remembered for?
I think what I'd like SovTech to be remembered for is building the first large-scale software development company and community in Africa. Someone is going to do it, and I would like it to be us.
There we go. There we go. African solutions brought to us by Africans. Gerald, thank you so much
for
your time this morning, and all the best for all the work that you're doing. Who knows, maybe you might develop a software that allows you to virtually be here with us on the morning show. Who knows? Anything is possible. We're going to leave it right here with Gerald, and we could go on forever talking about this, but you can go check out more details. Go to their website, softech.co.za, and you'll get all the information that you need and get all your answers, your questions answered there instead. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.